set up for the implementation of the recommendations of the Commission of Inquiry on Drug Trafficking pertaining to cannabis in September 2020. The committee was chaired by Professor T. Bowron, Executive Director, Mauritius Research and Innovation Council. The report of the Technical Committee was finalized and approved in November 2021. Subsequently, a steering committee was set up under the chair of the Senior Chief Executive of my ministry to look into the implementation of the recommendations contained therein. As at date, the steering committee has held 7 meetings with a view to addressing the implementation of the 12 recommendations contained in the report of the Technical Committee on Medicinal Cannabis. In this connection, the steering committee has considered the following. First, setting up of a therapeutic committee on medical cannabis. A therapeutic committee on medicinal cannabis will be set up at regional level under the chair of the regional health director, which will endorse all prescriptions relating to medicinal cannabis from both public and private specialists. The use of medicinal cannabis will be started on a pilot basis at Victoria Hospital in the first instance. Second, prescription of medicinal cannabis. Both public and private medical specialists will be licensed to prescribe medicinal cannabis, subject to approval by the Therapeutic Committee on Medicinal Cannabis. Third, training of specialists. Both public and private medical specialists will have to be trained for prescribing medicinal cannabis. The possibility of having recourse to suitable international institutions to provide the online training was explored. A first team of specialists of my ministry who are closely involved at the level of the steering committee will be trained in the first instance. They will follow the UK Medical Cannabis Clinicians Society and an online training program. In parallel, a request has also been made to the World Health Organization to seek appropriate technical expertise to train the specialists in Mauritius to enable them to acquire the relevant knowledge on the use of medicinal cannabis. An expression of interest has been launched on 9 February 2022 for training of specialists both in the public and private sector for them to be licensed for prescribing medicinal cannabis. From the public sector, we have received an interest from 72 specialists, and from the private sector, the list of names has yet to be submitted. Mr. Speaker, sir, in parallel, the report of the Technical Committee on Medicinal Cannabis was uploaded on the website of my ministry. The views of the public were thought thereon through a press communiqué which was issued on 17th January 2022. Views have been received from 5 sources. These have been examined by the Technical Committee, and a number of the proposals made had already been duly considered by the Steering Committee, including enlarging the medical indications for treatment with medicinal cannabis, consideration of use of cannabis-based medication from various approved bodies, and availability of medicinal cannabis in public hospital for private patients. Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to inform the House that the introduction of medicinal cannabis will necessitate legal amendments to be brought to the Dangerous Drug Act, which are currently under consideration and will be amended in the Finance Bill. Mr. Speaker, sir, my ministry is fully committed to implementing the recommendations contained in the report of the Technical Committee on medicinal cannabis, and it is worth highlighting that only plant-derived cannabidiol, tetrahydrocannabidiol, and combination of cannabidiol and tetrahydrocannabidiol will be used for medical purposes in Mauritius. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.